Yeah, later Trump will be saying, well, it's the Ukraine's fault because they didn't want us to stay and we left. You know, the if the U.S. came in and took the minerals, that's what they would have said, right? In the end, they would have said they didn't want us to stay and take over their country. They thought we were taking over their country, like Putin, Putin. Yeah, Putin. Sorry, I meant to say Putin is a psychopathic murderer. Zelensky's a homeboy, right? Zelensky's the small-time guy that got thrust into the international war zone, basically, right? Because he was the only one that was just popular enough to be pushed into being president at that time. That's what the truth is. And no, none of the rich people wanted to be president, so Zelensky became president for the patriotic sense. But Putin is a psychopathic murderer, and Trump will learn that sometime. But Trump won't care because they get paid to die, right? The war pigs have the power because they get paid to die. Those people, the soldiers, get paid to die. So Trump will say they get paid to die. That's what their job is. Now they weren't tough enough to live; they die, right? Because he's a megalomaniac. He doesn't care if people are living or dying. What he cares about is the power of the wealth or economic state, right? The power of the economic state is what's important in the world. We can just scare the hell out of them by making more bombs. We can create more jobs by building more guns, right? All these government workers that were just shuffling paper will now have to stamp bullets, right? They have to make some bullets. I guess. What are they going to do with all these unemployed government workers? There's one thing that they can do. One thing at a time. They can make bullets then, the government workers that they are unemployed now. Because Trump's going to need them for the war that he's creating, right? They make bullets and bombs. What are we going to do? Create some missiles. So sadly, because Trump doesn't care. Because the soldiers, they died because they weren't tough enough and they're only doing their jobs as he waves his hands. You know what I mean? That's what they died because they were not tough enough, and that's what happened. That's what happened. They should have been tougher soldiers. We gave them the guns, and the bombs. They don't care. He doesn't care about that. What he cares about is cost nothing. He didn't want it to turn in. That's what he'll say. I didn't want it to turn into another Afghanistan or whatever it is that he can blame it on, right? Vietnam or something. They'll say we were taking over their country. We didn't want to stay there for a long time. We just wanted to have, the short-term ceasefire, blah, blah, blah. That's what Trump does. But Michelle, Trudeau, Justin, he's getting right in there to get the mineral deals for Canada. God bless us. Maybe we'll be able to make some good batteries now. We'll get the rare earth minerals plus, right? We could do some real serious economic gains here if Justin can wrangle one deal for us before he leaves the continent, right? I don't know. He must have some investments in that kind of interest in somewhere where he's going to try to get his pension paid off better. Canadian dollar's worth nothing. If you feel it out, like what your retirement fund is, minus 33% now, though, too, right? So 1/3 of that is less, right? If you Canadians feel that kind of a pinch, right? That's what the deal is. The more that Trump can shrink the Canadian economy, the harder the economic crunch is towards Canadians. He can start to control the political outcome of Canada because he's cozying up to whatever it is. So if it's Paul Revere that comes in and starts cozying up to the Americans, and he gets a better deal, then he could make something happen. But Paul Revere is too small of a little guy to get next to Trump. He'll look like a pipsqueak, right? So we need somebody that can stand up to Trump with a big chest too, right? And wear a nice suit, though, too. He's got to wear a really nice suit. I don't know. It could be a Marco Rubio kind of thing, Paul Revere, right? So we need a tough politician to get in there to either weasel our way into the American economy to strengthen our dollar or to get some other kind of interests building the economy quick, right? Because Trump has a plan to attack, quick, in a stealth, hard sense, quickly, right? He's got a plan to build his economy in a big thrust for the next 3 or 4 years. So he can control the political outcome no matter what. Even if he doesn't get the electoral thing changed, he can control the outcome if he's building the economy on the sense of these are the people that Trump is going for, right? So they can do it. They can keep it moving. But it's amazing how how the steadfast and true loyalists are like turning against the whole world and just becoming cutthroat capitalist pigs so quickly. And I notice their attitudes are so it's counterintuitive to being the nice Americans. Nice American thing is like they're embracing the ugly American now. That's what I feel. I feel they're embracing the ugly American. The political climate is embracing ugly Americanism in the United States. I think it's not good. It's not patriotism anymore. And I think those people that are the patriotic are kind of surprised by the ugly reality. I bet you a lot of those people that worked in the government that got fired voted for Trump. How many of those people? So you don't hear that, right? You don't hear how many people voted for Trump that worked for the government and now they're fired. How many of those people are upset now? I don't know. You have to think about these things. You very much have to think about these things and say to yourself, what is the circumstance that they are finding themselves in now? Is it a different or an indifferent society than what they had imagined under the Donald Trump regime? Will the political climate change to be such of a dictatorship, and in essence, the American government will be subjected to a coup? I think they've even said that on the American television, some of these people. So I think a lot of people, even Americans, are disappointed in the situations, that the arrogance, and I think these people are acting impudent, right? Trump says, "Well, it'll be a long and terrible war." Well, fuck, that says you don't give a fuck about Ukrainians, boy. And Ukrainians are not like America. We care about all people. God, it seems like America's turning for him to lead the country into a state of indifference towards anyone else except for themselves. The ugly American is rearing its head now, which is a sad situation. I think that's a sad outcome. Like, I mean, I don't know. I can put up a chat. I left it open to anyone because of the fact that I believe in freedom of expression. But I believe that's what's happening. It's, contempt for America is probably at an all-time high. It's a sad state of affairs. And I told you about that, right? I said that too. I said the contempt for America is going up. And now these terrorists will be more emboldened. We could have a state of domestic terrorism, like another Timothy McVeigh. We could have another state of domestic terrorism by Americans now. Like, I don't think the assassination, that was a kid just looking for attention. But I think the Timothy McVeigh thing could happen again because Americanism, the ugly Americans rearing their head, which is a sad thing. I mean, we were hoping that would never happen to such an extent, but it's happening, and Canadians are so. And look at Justin; he's smiling. And we don't look strong enough to overcome any kind of 50-second state thing. Could all 10 of us, or 3 or 2, form another country? Could that be the future in 30 years, 25, 30 years for Canada, to divided Canada? I hope not. I would think not. I think this has drawn Canada together in quite a greater sense. when we as Saskatchewan, I think, should probably try to move forward and like to, gain a more stronger foothold in Eastern politics as well. I think, and so that's why you saw Scott Moe there when he was in Washington, standing right beside Doug Ford. What's his name? John Ford. What's the guy's Ford name? Glenn Ford, the Ford guy. Doug. There was another Ford, cocaine Ford. But these guys, well, that's why you see Saskatchewan's Moe standing there beside him in Washington, right? He's trying to cozy up. But I mean, see, that's what I see. And so that's what I said. And so that's what I see. So that's really what the political analysis is today. I mean, there you go. If you can get behind that, God bless you. I've been here for 11 minutes now. I think that's quite correct. I hope my summations are succinct as to my opinions. I opine on these subject matters at this time. Yes, I do. I draw to a close, guys. That's a close on that one. But of course, Justin, Smiley Justin's in there, boldly going where no Canadian has gone before. But no, we have gone into war before. I don't think we can put troops on the ground, though. We don't really have anything. I guess those guys could go over there and fly around. That would be something. We could have air combat with Russia. Would that be rank? How would that be happening? How would that happen? I don't think that could happen. Could that happen? I don't think so. No. Is there some kind of missile defense system I'm missing out on? Is there anything that Canada could provide for military aid? Because I don't think. But is Zelensky just working on military aid, or can't Canada come up with cash to let him buy? Because he still wants to buy American weapons, even though he's not making a deal with America. Can we funnel can we become an international arms dealer? Can we funnel American weapons through us? Can we sell them what we don't have? Maybe that's what Justin's trying to sell. I don't know, but I know he wants the minerals. We do have some rare earth, but we don't have enough rare earth to sustain an electronic vehicle market. See, I think the compact electronic vehicle market's probably going to work out better. But what we need to do is develop some heavy industry electronic vehicle or battery-powered EV. It's not really electric. It's really, what do they call it again? Chemical symbiosis, chemical reaction. Is what they are. Batteries. Well, God bless us. There is a lot of shit going on in the world. I hope you're intelligent enough to figure it out for yourself, because man, it really gives me a headache sometimes thinking this stuff through. But I think I'm pretty well. I don't hear anybody putting up a comment. So you either think that you're really smart and I'm really stupid, or else maybe you think I'm really smart and you can't say anything because you're really stupid. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it could be either way. I'm really stupid, or you could be really stupid. But I mean, either way, I think it's stupid. Nobody puts up a damn comment on my damn channel, but you guys watched for like 13 minutes. Let's see what the time is. 13 minutes.